Hey everybody, Ryan Grant here and welcome back to the YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going over with you guys the mental switch and a mindset to adopt that is going to make being consistent in the gym so much easier within a click of a finger, just like that. And if you do struggle with consistency, that's why you clicked on this video. And I really hope, and I've got a lot of confidence that this will solve your consistency problem. But before we do get into this mindset switch, let me just introduce myself to you guys if you're new to the channel. So, my name is Ryan. I turned 20 not too long ago, and over the past 4 years, I've dedicated myself to gaining over 27 kilos of lean mass, taking myself from this to this, and now I'm on a mission to help as many men do the exact same thing help as many men as possible. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So the mindset switch that is going to make staying consistent so much easier if you actually start to adopt it, right, is stop thinking about being consistent, right? Stop making it such a big thing for yourself, right? This is where a lot of people go wrong, right? And this, I've noticed this pattern in me before as well when I try to do something, right? Not as much now because I've sort of doubled down on this mindset. However, and that's why I can, that's proof of concept. That's why I know it works. I've done this and it's helped me a lot. But so many people think about the gym as such a big thing throughout their day, such a big task that they've got to get done. And don't get me wrong, if you're just starting out in a gym or if you may feel a little bit uncomfortable, then I can completely understand your situation, as I was in the same situation when I started, right? I had the same sort of thought processes. However, this is not what you want to do, because this is simply going to intimidate you, and immediately, right, when your body faces discomfort, the natural human tendency is to keep you in your comfort zone, right? So when you think about the gym as such a big thing, that immediately creates discomfort, and the natural human tendency is to keep the body away from that discomfort, away from that pain, regardless whether it's physical or mental. You're going to immediately start feeling resistance towards going to the gym, right? And this inevitably leads to you being inconsistent. So, what better thing to not think about the gym as a big thing and stop stressing over how consistent you've got to be, and instead just think of it as a normal part of your day, right? Think of the gym as something that you normally do, right? Start to associate it with your identity, right? A part of your identity and your personality, well, not necessarily a personality, but you need to start associating your identity with the fact that you just go to the gym every day and it's completely normal. And another really good thing to think about on top of this is that it may feel weird if you don't go to the gym when you're meant to, right? So you completely reverse it, right? You go from stressing so much about being consistent with the gym and constantly thinking about it all the time and constantly getting yourself mentally worked up around it, you go from that to actually just thinking about, nah, it's no biggie, it's a normal part in my day, and it actually feels weird if I don't go to the gym when I'm meant to. And this is such a good mindset to adopt because it just completely flips the cards, right? The reason why thinking about consistency and stressing about it so much is what is not going to help you be consistent, that is down to something called paradoxical intentions. So, paradoxical intentions is a term that I learned through reading a book called A Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor E. Frankl. I've mentioned this guy in this book in previous videos, and there are reasons for that because this book is so powerful, and I would highly recommend you read it. But paradoxical intentions basically refers to when you think about something so much and you tunnel in on you have to do something so much, what can happen a lot of the time is the complete opposite happens. And in order to give an example and make this if you don't necessarily if you're not on the same wavelength as me right now, is think about it like this. When you need to get a good sleep or you need to go to bed early because you're waking up early in the morning, right? And you're so focused on getting enough sleep, right? Because you're so focused about that, you end up just not sleeping, and then next minute it's 1:30 in the morning and you're like, why can't I sleep? It's because you're focusing on it so much, right? So in order to actually get the benefits from paradoxical intentions, you want to flip it on its side. So like, if you know you needed to sleep, right? If you know you needed to sleep, however, when you're in your bed, you mentally try to stay up for as long as you possibly can, right? The opposite's going to happen. Because you're focusing so much on staying up, the opposite is going to happen inevitably. So with the gym, it's like, if you're so stressed about being consistent and having to go to the gym, then as I said, you're naturally going to start feeling uncomfortable and you're naturally going to start feeling resistance, which in turn leads to the complete opposite thing happening, right? However, if we use paradoxical intentions to our advantage and we actually flip the switch, then you just start thinking about it as a normal part in your day. One more thing that I want to talk about with you guys as well, another little mindset switch. So obviously, as I said, you don't want to be thinking about being consistent and you just want to see it as a normal part in your day, a normal part in your life, a normal part in your routine, right? One other thing on top of this, in order to stay consistent with the gym if you're a beginner, and I tailor my videos towards men who want to bulk and gain muscle and who are beginners, right, is to not take things too seriously, right? When you take things so seriously, this paradoxical intentions has an effect again. What can happen a lot of the time is the complete opposite, to the point where you just stop going to the gym and you don't necessarily know why. And that happens with so many people. They want to get into the gym, they want to better themselves, but they simply don't know why they're inconsistent. It's most likely because of this paradoxical intentions, right? Because they're thinking about doing one thing so much, the opposite inevitably happens, right? And that is because the body starts to feel resistance against one thing because they're stressing about it so much. So the main thing here is you want to keep your body in a state of not comfort, but you don't want to stimulate that feeling of resistance, right? And in order to do that, you just want to think about the gym and being consistent as like, eh, it's nothing, no big deal. It's part of me now. When I go to the gym, it feels weird. When I don't go to the gym when I'm meant to, sorry, it feels weird, right? That's one mindset switch that's really helped me with a lot of stuff over recent years, and that is basically all I've got to say for this video. So thank you very much for watching, and if you are still here, then I'd absolutely love it to invite you to my free community that I was talking about earlier. It's going to be the top link in the description down below, where we basically, as I said, I teach the guys in there the fundamentals for weight gain, muscle gain. I get them started off in the right direction, and I would absolutely love to have you in there. There's a lot going on in there, so if you want to check it out, then feel free, but if not, then don't worry about that. If you did enjoy this video and it has most certainly helped you, then make sure you drop a like, leave a comment as well if this video has had a positive impact on you, or if it will too. Will keep me updated. And if you want to stay around, I upload 3 times every week, so if you want to hit that little red button down there, that would genuinely go a long way. So without further ado, have a good day, have a good training session if you're training today, and I will see you in the next video.